Welcome back to the channel. Last year, Tim and I bought an RV as complete newbies as a transition plan upon the passing of Sharon, Tim's wife and our business partner. She had been living with ovarian cancer for 5 years. We knew we needed to take time off and have a conscious letting go. It was the dead of winter when she passed, so we decided to rent a remote cabin in Costa Rica, which served to help us with tight living spaces and much needed regeneration. As soon as the weather was nice, we went out on our first ever RV trip, the trial trip to the Saguenay Fjords, to make sure we even liked RV living. As it turns out, we loved it. We are about to leave our driveway now for 3+ months to cross Canada to the West Coast. Thank you so much for watching and following our journey. Welcome to Chapter 5.
Tough on it. Tough to take this down.
Just come out.
He asked me which one I like. Man, you want to give one?
Freaking
Open this.
down there doing bookkeeping and accounting. Oh! Wow, that is freaking cool. Wow, does that ever look sharp?
This is like the first, because you're just like, right now you feel like,
Well, yes, I've been just going like a freaking crazy person.
So tomorrow is the day we're leaving for 4 months. Only to come back here to close things up, sell things, let go of the house, to continue on for indefinitely. Embrace RV living full time for I don't know how long. This is really a dream of mine that I never ever really thought that I would do. Allowing myself to just see how out of integrity I have lived my life. I watched other people do it and I thought that seems fun, but I could never do that. My mind told me I could never do that, and yet something in me has been drawn to this way of living for a number of years now. You know, there's a lot of people can do the steps, or you can talk about doing the steps, but actually doing them is a whole other thing. It's bringing up all of the emotions, and at the same time I really do understand that's how we experience freedom, and we experience more levels of awareness, or more expressions, more avenues of expression of self, which feels really liberating. To be and really understand what that means, because that's another thing we talk about, you know, like do less, be more. We're human beings, not human doings. And we have been so conditioned as human doings to hustle, to constantly feel stress and pressure to achieve, to consume, and be better, live in the future, you know, give our power all over the place away to sources outside of us, to authorities outside of us, to time that doesn't really fulfill us. And doing it, that's one step, because a lot of times we talk about things that excite us and then never do them. But also the doing the inner work that allows me to really feel free from within, and then have that be expressed outward through a great metaphor of being on wheels and flowing and going with the wind and being spontaneous. That is really exciting for me. Yeah, it feels like a really, really, really powerful time. I feel like I'm just scratching the surface of who I really am. Can I put the stairs up? It's hard for me to describe what I'm feeling right now as we're like minutes away from leaving. It's different this time because, well, we're going longer, but also because we already know we love it and this is like our life.
On the road again. The only anxiety is actually getting out of the driveway because there's so much construction.
Yeah, it's crazy timing.
It does feel very, very different. Like, this feels almost like there's a flow to it.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, and then getting stuff from where we threw it all over the place in the house, like getting it all back in over here. It feels very secure to have it all just in this little space as opposed to all over the place.
Yeah, exactly. And it's all clean in there and organized, and we don't haven't lived in it.
I miss moving 1 foot this way and 3 feet that way to get stuff, as opposed to, can I put that upstairs, downstairs? Where's that? Is it in the laundry? I don't know. I have no idea. Where is it?
Where is it? Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. There's a security to stuff that I've never had before.
And a very much a flow because we know what we're doing.
Oh yeah. So where's that gonna? That's gonna stay in the truck all the time? It's gonna go in an RV, Tim. Of course. Yes. There's Sharon.
Okay.
There we go. Give me how much I have clearance on the right side.
Okay.
That's pretty good.
Okay, putting it in the GPS.
Put it into the GPS, baby.
First stop, Tobermory. All right, so we're driving. We've been driving for like almost 3 hours.
3 hour drive.
We only have about half an hour left. 2 minutes away. So we'll arrive to our destination. Our first destination.
Oh, bit stiff I is.
Are you a bit stiff, Tim?
Oh, gosh, yeah.
Hi there, little fella.
He's so cute.
Hi there, little fella. Little fella. Hi there.
Village pond, washrooms, beauty.
Beauty.
Look at that perfect parking spot. In fact, I was like doing magic. Zing, zing,
Yeah,
zing,
that was
zing.
like the quickest entry. Let's see. Just final touches here. That's it.
Boom. Do it. Go. Hit it.
Hit it. so hot, we need some shade, eh? And now mostly I am about to organize.
Tim's gonna actually just
Tim's gonna sit down because he's having a bit of a day. So he's just gonna sit. He did the driving yesterday, which I really appreciate. And today I'm going to organize and find homes for things in the optimal spaces. This is one of my favorite things to do.
I was just saying, this is one of your favorite things. Let's get really clear that's, oh my gosh, it's Tim's doing nothing and Sarah freaking is doing all the hard work. No, Sarah freaking loves reorganizing and reorganizing again and organizing again and reorganizing again.
I do. I love it. I love moving things around. For me, it's like such a creative process, a creative, intuitive process.
Spatial. You do an amazing job at it. You really do.
Yeah, for me, I feel like I weave magic as I put things in their places, I'm co-creating and the magic that's always there.
Yeah, just to actually reveal the magic. Magic is already there.
Yeah, so that's what today is about, and just chilling.
Just chilling, because Tim's got a bit of emotions going on fairly significantly.
Tim's feeling a bit of the rage.
Yeah, feeling a bit of just as I'm releasing all kinds of ways that I put myself into boxes, and then boxes and boxes and boxes, and the RV, the cocoon on wheels living for me is necessary, because the cocoon is really necessary and helpful to be able to go and get deeper and deeper inside, so I can actually get in touch with a bit of emotion that I've had.
You're in the goo phase.
Yeah, I'm in the goo phase.
You're in the gooey phase.
Yeah, they got grief like crazy, and then boof, we hit a vein of rage, and then it's something else, and then but it's the whole soup mix is something that I'm leaning into heavily, because I'm thinking, heck, it's up now, let's friggin' go for it.
I'm realizing as well, like, that to be in different spaces and how helpful that is. Like, if I was in my goo phase and you were in your goo phase, like how gooey that would be.
You said yesterday, for me, we had a freaking epic conversation.
Yeah, yesterday
on the way
was a great.
Here. Like, it just, and really the essence of it was how come I couldn't hear you. I could feel you were coming from the same place as I was, and you were actually, I was working one way at the bridge at level 123, and you're level 654 coming back. And yesterday I feel we were able to gel such that we could actually do that. And that said, that created a whole pile of awareness of how much I put a lid on myself to fit into the old economy and the old school and the old this and the old that. Because of my age, it would just have been difficult to actually do what we did, make a living working with business to improve performance, coming at it from way outside the box, and that's not an excuse.
Way ahead of your time,
yeah. We've been way in bleeding edge. I've always said we've been way ahead of our time, and that said, that's cool, fun. It's not. It's not. Like, everyone thinks you're a freaking whack job.
Yeah. And then you convince yourself that you're crazy.
Yeah. Eventually, you're convincing other people that you're not a whack job, and inside, more and more deeply,
am I crazy? Am I losing
nut bar I am.
I just had a powerful awareness. Like, I was gonna say, not to say that I don't have my rage. Like, I'm just coming out of the goo.
Sorry, there's where it went. There's what the goo phase. That's what I say.
Yeah.
If I've got the goo going on, you can't. So there was my point. Is I had so much rage from yesterday's conversation, and you said today. You said, okay, well, I'll let you take your turn, because you got so much rage from that conversation as well.
I was like, okay, you go first.
I go first.
I'll just be loving and holding space.
Yeah, you're doing a great job.
You let me be the goo. Probably it'll be tomorrow. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I've, in my own ways of fitting in, and I was just saying to you, like, our conditioning, and especially the dynamics between men and women, I realize that just tiny little comments, that you say, are you baiting me?
Because I'm in a freaking shit mood today.
Yeah, so, and I'd be like, hold on. Yeah. That's not actually, like, that's not my truth.
That's not accurate,
That's not accurate. That's not where I was coming from. But I didn't always have that voice. What I would do, I realized, is in different relationships, not just business relationships, all my relationships, really, because it's the only new way I was conditioned or learned or thought, was just to take that on and say, oh, I did something wrong.
Excuse me, you're doing something. Yeah, I go, yes. That makes me feel better.
Like, your interpretation of what I meant is the correct one, not mine.
Yeah.
And then feel like I'm, this annoying person to hang around, or this nuisance, or
which is another way of me saying, well, the reason I'm feeling so crap is not our conversation in my friggin' 30 years or all the years I've spent in business, but it's this moment right now, something you said, and it's making me feel shitty. And all of this buildup of shit that has been, 40 years of shit, is because you said something here outside when you came out and this and that, and I just called you on it. Because obviously you're baiting me. And you go, wait a minute, that's not what was going on.
Yeah. We just watched this. So, I mean, it happens all over the place. If
it
you're not
happens all the
aware,
time.
it just, you don't even... so that's a powerful topic, I feel. And we were watching America's Got Talent, and there was a woman comedian who's just referencing in a very beautiful way.
She did such a great way.
Her rage belly, basically, at our sacral center. And Tim and I were just having a great discussion about the sacral center, which is our creative zone, with the womb.
Which is the power.
It's our womb. It's creative force. It's fertility. It's
sex,
life, it's sexuality,
it's everything.
It's everything, and how much that's been suppressed for us to try to fit into a world. And the way that I understand it, and I look at the lens through color, look through the lens of color with this one, is that our sacral energy has been absorbed with the color orange, because orange absorbs trauma, and all of us have trauma from trying to fit in to
all of us have rage around.
All of us have rage and everything, because really rage is just a force that is to say, no, this is not okay for me. This is not my truth. For me in that moment, not that I had rage, it was with love to say, that's not what I was being. That's not my truth. And that color, from orange to pink is the color of love. We are learning to bring love into our creative centers, and learning to understand that what we feel is true for us. What we, and then to understand that not everyone understands our truth. So communication becomes exceedingly important, like loving communication versus communication that's like
puking
pushing on the other person. And it's to really be so mindful to listen, or so present to listen to what my truth is, and then what are you trying to communicate to me, and how might I be misinterpreting that, and adding spew versus love.
Yes, and I loved you took it and you ran with it, saying, a few years ago I would have done this when someone like you would say something. I can't remember what it was, but it was me baiting you. And you said, now I just don't. I said, no, that's incorrect, Tim. That's not how I'm feeling. That's how I'm presenting. And you claimed your power fully, and that prompted this whole back and forth discussion, which is kind of what we do all the time. It's like that going on 24/7.
Yeah, and which I feel like we're probably we've already started talking more about human design and gene keys more openly, like just not amongst ourselves, which we've been doing for the past several years now, but sharing it through the We Ship. And Tim and I both have our throats defined, so we literally can just bang on for
we can talk
hours.
Forever. But it's just, that we both got that defined, and the only other place I have defined is my sacral. The only other place you have is your third eye, which in the old world that I came from, who cares?
On Bay Street, I don't think they talk about that.
They don't talk about that, or understanding the performance in terms of a cause and effect. Whatever, freaking talk to the hand. But in what I've come to understand over the years is that that drives all performance results all over the place.
Creation from trauma and fear, or creation from love.
From love.
Huge difference, and we get excited talking about this because it's relatively a new
it's
thing.
Very new. And as we all go through trauma, because the world's going through trauma, you've been saying, and phenomenally accurate, we need to actually move into more creative, do more creative projects.
Yeah.
Okay, why creative projects? Well, because creativity is an opportunity to have for an outlet. So you can allow rage or whatever that energy to come out, and for it to be productive. There's the opportunity for it to turn into a painting or a song, or the world's had tons of that. But to consciously use creativity in that way is profound, because in experiencing that and then also finding a flow, it allows it to turn from orange to pink. to use just the visual color, and I'm very visual. So to be able to go and turn it from this inferno of freaking rage to something that's actually beautiful to experience, and then that shows up as a very attractive painting, a very attractive song, and a very attractive, and it becomes a pull as a function of surrendering to something that just happens effortlessly when we learn to get the hell out of the way.
Yeah. I'm reminded of the interview we watched with Rick Beato and Nuno, I think his name was.
Nuno's his first name, but yeah.
Benincourt or something.
Yeah,
well,
freaking awesome,
he's a musician
guitarist.
And awesome guitarist, and he was speaking about like what makes a good performance.
Yes.
And he said it's not when you're trying to care what everyone else thinks about you, but it's more that you're so loving your own inner world that you pull people into that, and they get to glimpse and experience what your world, what another person's world might be like. And in a way, I think that's what we all do. We step into each other's space, into each other's presence, and we can feel beyond words. 80% of communication is without words. We can feel that reality of the other person, and it's what we're admitting, it's what we're broadcasting out into the world. And if you can find a soul who brings you into their world that they're so passionate about and so loving, creating from love, it's a delicious beyond words experience. Yeah. And I loved what he said in that interview.
I'm trying to think of the band. I think it's Extreme, but he's a well-connected guy. He knew lots of people. And Pete Townsend, he was talking about Pete Townsend, someone trying to convince Pete Townsend that people are coming to the concert so I can have this fantastic experience. And Pete Townsend says, no, that's not how this works at all. And a lot of other artists they quoted talking the same thing. It's me. I'm on this journey, and as a function of people coming, they get a chance to experience the world that I live in. And that opens up when I'm in concert and on the stage. And then they go home, but they go home with a glimpse into what my life is. And I would then add, he had a lot of courage. Anybody who's in that situation has a lot of courage to go into their stuff, which is what we're saying is you got a whole bunch of crap going on, channel that into creativity. Mm-hmm. And there is the massive attractor. And that's that's really what has made the art community a place where they can actually, and artists in particular, and the musicians, people wanting to actually, oh my God, I'm going to drive 100 miles or 100 kilometers to actually go and see whoever. And you do that because you want to have the experience of being in that person's world.
Yeah. To do what, Tim?
We're going to ride our bicycles because Tim has the need for a little bit of exercise because I am processing at a fairly great rate. It's either that or fall asleep for the next 17 days, and that's not really making sense. So we're going to actually try get the little giddy up, and we're doing
the body
3
moving.
kilometers down the road, and we can get off to the side and see the coastline. Possibly jump in the water that apparently is like frigid as anything, but that will wake us up. That's given if we actually get there, because the wind is like a freaking hurricane.
Here we go, and I've had a sufficient amount of organizing. It's looking quite nice around here, and I'm ready for a break. Ferry, ready?
Ready.
Let's go.
Go.
Here we go on the road again. Oh, I've missed the bike.
Beach, and we go behind a tree or something. We got a little beach like a postage stamp. So again,
we're bare feeting it.
Bare feet,
Doesn't it? Don't you feel like a kid bare feeding on your bike?
I was trying to remember what that feels like. Right.
It's like when you're a kid.
Yeah.
such a good feeling. Yeah, because our feet got sandy, and you can't put sandy feet into shoes.
No.
That's annoying.
It's crazy. Like, look at them. They're out there.
That's awesome. We definitely need to bring our supports here. How big rattlesnakes are here in Canada.
Yeah. It's not as big and scary as you might think. It's small, shy. You don't have ever see rattlesnakes, these little guys.
The first day of full-time RV living. This is epic.
Epicness.
Great freaking day. It started with a lot of emotion. It's continuing with a lot of emotion. This is so fun. Thunder only happens when it's raining.
Car!
Now here you go again. You say you want your freedom. This is funny. I'm using my knees as a tripod because I'm
good,
right now
that's solid.
trying to show Tim how to access Facebook.
Yes,
For anybody
I've been bitching to her. Says every time I go, someone sends me through my email, sends me a Facebook, I go and hit it, and then I have to do all this stuff, and then it boots me out. She goes, well, you have to do this.
He just
with
has
this,
no
with this.
idea about the difference between an app and a web browser.
This is going to impress everybody.
Well, this is just to
But
say.
this is a want.
Strengths and weaknesses. I've
Strengths
been
and
trying to
weaknesses.
teach you Facebook for 4 years. And I can see that I have not been successful.
Well,
And that's okay. But I thought it would be funny to just videotape me trying
I'm a
to
little
explain to
self-conscious
you.
about this, but okay,
Well,
go.
I know you're being very daring, but I think there might be other boomers who can relate.
Yes.
Either that or it just shows like, that's
How-
why she has the camera.
Yes, that's why you
So
don't see any posts from
You
Tim.
don't see any posts from
you know,
Tim. Yeah, technology is not your strength, and that's
Nope,
okay.
It's not.
You've embraced that. I've also accepted that, and you help in a lot of other ways
This
with
is
the
good.
content.
This is good.
So yeah, you weren't of this age. So this is Facebook,
Yeah.
and to see like people notifications are here. There's your brother. There's me.
There's a bunch of people.
Lots of things. Lots of notifications.
Yeah.
So just like you said this one. What did you say about Instagram?
Instagram. I like that. Like I hit that.
You know,
And there's no problems.
You've
I
learned
just
this one recently.
yeah. Well, all I do is just there's my son
There's
doing
a
happy.
funny video of Jordan that popped up, doing a happy dance. So yeah, you know Instagram.
Well, no, I don't know that. What you're showing me there. All I know is. So what? Whoa! Look at send code via.
Yeah, so you have to send a code to your phone and blah blah blah.
Oh
So just
my
go
gosh!
right
it's hurt.
to the
Look, I'm
app.
getting a sweat.
Go to the Facebook app.
Because I was trying to figure out how the hell do I actually take our business to the next level with Sharon having been diagnosed for cancer, you know, for at least a year, and me going up banging around trying to figure out how to do this and then going out and meeting people.
Yeah.
That's what Sharon had said. Like, I mean, when she got diagnosed with cancer, it was overwhelming for both of us. But she remember her sitting, looking in the eye. She says, "I know." She says, "I know I'll get through this. Like, however, either I'll heal it or I'll die. But I've been down. Like her mom died of cancer. Her daughter died when she was really young. Sharon knew death. Like Sharon was comfortable navigating death and crisis and crazy. She's my biggest concern is you. You've never had anything like this." And I remember saying, "Says I'll be good. Like there's no fucking way I'm gonna just totally collapse on this." Wow.
Wow.
Bringing up old emotion.
Yeah.
But I just remember going, you know, it was like Gandalf. You shall not pass. He's on that bridge when the big
Like that you weren't going to allow yourself to collapse
I was
again.
not going to ever collapse again.
Aside from our trial back at home
Yeah, Lake Ontario. But
in Lake Ontario, this is
real gorgeous.
this is our first time out on the stepboards RV living full time.
So sensational. It's just magnificent. I mean, it's just so magnificent. Epic.
We are packing up today, and it's a rather rainy pack-up situation.
Well, you got the camera out in a stage where it was
The sun,
just
I know,
pouring.
is pouring. It's just the sun came out just now, but everything's going away wet. But
But we still have this.
still
Makes
have
us feel
coffee.
dry.
2/3
somehow.
because you're warm inside
Yeah.
somehow. So now we're just filling up the fresh water tank because the next place we're going to has no city water hookup. Has electricity though.
Okay, good.
So now I'm gonna help Tim back up the truck so we can hook on the trailer to the hitch. You have quite a bit of distance left.
Quite a bit of difference is 6 miles.
Well, it's like
Kilometers, that would be the equivalent of maybe 9 kilometers.
this.
I think I got less than 9 kilometers.
You have this much space.
Yeah, all my.
We are parked at the national park here in Tobermory, and my hair. We had a rainy morning. We left the supboards up last night because we thought we'd get in them in the morning, but it ended up raining. And we're having breakfast here because we ran out of time this morning. Parked. It's so cool. We can just have breakfast parked here. With the slide out in, still able to access the fridge. Yeah, we were so close. But we can have breakfast.
Yeah.
So cool.
Just chill.
And just
Very
chill.
comfortable. Then we'll go for a little walk with,
Then we'll
or
go
go with
for
our
a
bike.
hike. Oh yeah, we go for
These
bikes.
are bikes, yeah. View mirror was like that much.
And
On
this
the
is
right
the last parking
It was
spot.
the last parking spot. It's like, wow. Like, what are the...
And we have like how many hours to kill before the
3.
ferry. So we can just chill here, go for a hike, go check out the grotto. Have you seen that? Stunning.
Well, that's what we would...
That's what we wanted to do today. Here we are. Forest.
Yeah, well... Gorgeous. Usually flies will pick you up and carry you away. There's nothing. This is gorgeous. Oh yeah, this is the experience I never had. I had the experience where we went to remote.
That's
You saw nobody.
what a luxury.
And that's what Sharon was all about. And we did do that, twice. But it requires so much packing of food. But, the RV, the cocoon, poof, food's right there. Da-da-da. Stop, you get your bike out. I mean, yeah. Yeah. A similar kind of thing, except now we got the whole
I think.
Oh yeah. Very slippery. Very slippery.
Oh, you're in.
I can see myself maybe not staying in here very long.
Yeah. Okay, I'll leave my camera going then.
This reminds me of this is not a team sport. Because right there is a drop. Like here's a drop of the
Oh man, that was such an amazing swim and just hanging out by the rocks there. That was so good. And this forest is quite magical.
Oh, this is very magical for us. Such a beautiful, beautiful, serene vibe.
Yeah, it smells amazing too. Here we are, just waiting for the ferry. We have to be here at 5:15 and the ferry leaves at 5:45. So everyone's just here waiting. Tim's just waiting up there.
Okay, that's a bit of tricky. There's tricky. Do I hit the button? Not hit the button. Not really sure. There we are. We can't go bathing?
Vaping.
We can't go bathing.
It's our turn now. We were called to come back into our vehicles because we're getting out.
Which is really helpful because it was right there.
Right there.
Where that door is. Open, push it
Open there.
Boom.
Went right up in there. Got right out, right into the car.
It's fairly tight in here.
That was
sardines. That's what it feels like.
Yeah, it's amazing.
It really is amazing.
It's amazing. Hi! I've never been to this part of Canada before. You?
Yeah.
Yeah? Manitoulin Island?
Yeah. Friend's cottage.
So for anybody who's curious, that ferry with our RV was around $300.
Freaking beat.
Can't wait. Yeah.
Here we are.
And here we are. Our campsite is 11 minutes away. 11 minutes.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
Okay, so our wheels just got stuck down there and we miraculously got out of it. We're not in the right area here. There's
Change my pants. Good luck.
Thank you. This is wild. Okay, so we're gonna do this.
This is relatively easy. So watch me here.
Okay, you're good. Keep coming. You're good. Oh man, from a very relaxing ferry to the most stressful.
We don't even have anything to say.
I don't even have anything to say. It's almost 10 o'clock. I'm so tired. I'm just so glad. Never have I been happier to crash. Hey,
Not to crash.
No, not to
avoid crashing.
to avoid crashing.
Because we had way too many times we're crashing.
Oh my god, that was,
It was a bit of a,
I thought about pulling the camera out, but I was too,
you were freaking.
I was freaking
I'm
out.
so grateful that other guy came because
Me
he
too.
helped ground.
Yeah, he helped ground for sure. I was like, oh, this is a difficult situation, isn't it? I literally had no guidance to help. I don't know the capacity of this. Like the whole wheel, and there was a rock under the, he saw it happen. So he removed the rock and then the whole wheel, the one wheel is down. And at first he's thinking the only way forward is sacrificing one of the levelers and putting it down so we could lift
Not levelers, the
The
tire jack.
the tire
Put a
jack.
tire jack so it actually uses gravity to push out while we're roaring up the hill, which it wouldn't have been able to take because it's way too much. And then to find out later that's just a path, it's not a roadway.
Yeah, it's not actually a
It's
road
not
that we
meant
were
for
going
cars
down.
With freaking,
Well,
you know,
this whole area is
51
not
feet.
meant for RVs, but there was no sign that said no RVs that I could see. And I looked, I even walked down and we're like looking at the map. This was the first place that there was no one to help us. It was just online
you read about it, it says
reservation.
if you want fancy, if you want someone to look after this and that, this is not the place for you.
Oh, did
You
it
shouldn't-
say
You
that?
shouldn't be here. This is for people who like to rough it. It's really rough. You know, you're gonna find your own guidance, and yeah, you're, you know, whatever. We were not gonna help you. That's basically what it said.
Did it? I didn't see that part.
Yeah.
Well,
That's what I read when you. And then I couldn't find where the map was, and I thought, where the hell?
oh
Wow.
man. Wow. Anyways, we ended up reversing out where the guy was originally giving us this suggestion to pull it forward. And I was just like,
What was the
please.
only way out was the pathway, which
God.
ends up not being a road, but a pathway.
Yeah, and then we tried to back it into this tight little spot, which wasn't gonna work, which we tried to do. And then we ended up just driving forward, and we're here for the night. And the girl who I talked to on the phone to say, like,
Jogged
where
out here.
are we? She jogged out
Because you
here.
can't get a vehicle here. Yeah.
And I was like, can we please just stay here? We found like an open land space not far from where we were like almost falling in a ditch. The whole RV was literally like on an angle.
Sarah didn't get the camera because it was that
I was too freaked out.
precarious. Yeah, you were freaked out.
I
Oh my
was-
god, oh my god, this is what I heard. Oh my god, and I thought, oh man. Oh my god, it's not helping.
It was, but it was an oh my god situation, Tim.
No, there is no oh my god situation. We always have found a way out.
Well, I mean, yes, we luckily we found a way out. Good job.
We found a way out.
We found a way out.
We always find a way out.
We always find a way, and I'm so excited to sleep.
Join us in part 2 as we navigate getting out of this situation and continue the journey west. Thanks for watching.